Hello and welcome to everyone watching. My name is Shootout, and in this video I shall be doing a comparison or shootout between two acoustic guitars which have a similar price point. The price point is 8,000 rupees Indian currency. You can do your conversions wherever you are. If you're watching outside India, which why shouldn't you be? The two guitars are the Dotch Blue Band Acoustic single cutaway and the Yamaha F310. Both guitars have been given to me very kindly by Briganza's Musicals in Kolkata, so thank you Briganza's for that. And we're just going to get into it because they have a similar price point, but they're actually different in construction and qualities and parameters and even tone. I just want to play them and hopefully it comes across to you through the setup. I've also done videos in the past of both of these guitars individually, so you can go and take a look at that and hear what the sound is like through a more varied miking setups and so on and so forth. In this particular video, the miking is just Shure SM7 into the interface that's around the 12th fret. That's what we have going on. We start with the Dotch. This is the Blue Band. It's a mahogany body and it's a basic acoustic guitar. You want the only thing that a few things that I want to talk about is, first of all, it's almost like a gloss finish even on the neck, so that feels a certain kind of way to me. That's a personal preference, that I'm not maybe that high on the gloss finish. What I do like about this guitar is that the bass is really pronounced. It's a really thick bass, especially acoustically. When you hear it in the room, it really gives a oomph and it makes you feel like playing. So that's something obviously that is a positive. One thing which I do want to say about the Dotch is that it feels really comfortable to play on the fretboard. All of this, it feels really comfortable to play, even though it's like a big body guitar and things like that. The cutaway is there, helps you go all the way up here. A small deficit in that regard is that the fretwork isn't the smoothest. Some of this is not as smooth as you would have come to expect in other guitars and stuff. And again, like I said, the gloss finish on the back. But as far as the front goes, really I have no complaints. So as you can see, you can even sort of go fast on it and it really doesn't hold back. It still makes you feel like you want to play it. And especially strumming big chords and all, it really has a really full, warm, rich sound which I enjoy. So that's basically where the Dotch is. It's pretty good. It's almost a surprise factor. Exchanging that for the industry standard, which is the Yamaha F310 for all beginners. This is also priced around the same range. Immediately you can hear the high end crop up more, which could be that the low end is not quite as pronounced, is not quite as out there, or maybe just the overall balance of the Yamaha is a little bit almost like there's a compressor or an EQ on it. It's almost like that. beautiful high end. It's not a gloss finish on the neck as such, and it's more just the construction of the neck. It is also lighter than the Dotch, by the way. There's one thing which I did notice. It's lighter than the Dotch, and uh, the neck feels incredibly smooth, smoother. Just this feels more at home for me than the Dodge as far as the neck is concerned. The tuners are better quality than the Dodge as well, I feel, because they hold tuning a little bit better. There's just something about the Yamaha F310 where it ticks every box for me. Even the fact that it doesn't have a cutaway, it doesn't really matter because I'm not really flying up here on an acoustic as it is, but that's a personal preference. If you're if you're a flying sort of person on an acoustic, you might want a cutaway. You should want a cutaway. The Yamaha F310 ticks nearly every box except one that somehow I always find guitars in and around that price point that somehow sound better to me than this. I'm not saying that this sounds bad because it sounds great. It does sound great, but for example, the Dodge has a little bit more warmth to it. The Ashton had a little bit more mids to it. It just, and some guitars are slightly, when you play it, because of the tone, right? Like if it sounds a certain way, it'll almost push you to play more. It'll push you to play better. It'll push you to be more inventive and creative on the instrument. It'll push you to places that maybe you didn't even know, because that's just what it's supposed to do. That's what great instruments do. And it's not a question of so much of budget or whatever. It's something that almost feels a certain way. That's the only thing I have against the Yamaha, because everything else, theoretically, this thing is absolutely top notch. And I guess because Yamaha has so many gradients to their instruments, they probably know what they're doing. They probably want your next. You'll feel so happy with this because it feels right and everything. You want to buy another guitar and it'll be slightly more expensive, and because they have all the price points covered. Whereas the other guitars, they don't really have that. They don't have such a wide and vast range. Maybe that has something to do with it. Feels great to play, and even on the big strum situations, I think it's a tone as well. That even in the strumming situations, that's something you would want to hear as well. So there's that. I mean, I'm not a big fan of the tone of the Yamaha when it comes to playing solo sections and stuff, but then again, that's more of a tone thing, and which I've already said that I'm more partial to the Dodge that way. As far as build, construction, fretworks, rounding off, the finish, the tuners, and so I think I give the nod to the Yamaha, because I think they've been doing it for so many years that they just know what they're doing. And surprisingly, as far as just pushing you to be inspired and to be playing, I think the Dodge takes it, surprising as that might be. Anyway, I hope this video was helpful for you. Please subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to come up with new video ideas and new products, and I have Briganzas who are very kind in lending me musical instruments to try and play, and to see if there's something that can be presented to you in regards to that. I hope you found this video helpful. Until next time, take care.